welcome to Session 6 vlog for Angel Arts Dragon Age Resurgence. I'm your host, Deddy McDetterstein. And of course, brought to you by Payne's Practical Products.
We need a jingle or something.
I was just going to say, I'll think up lyrics. I just need somebody to do music. Let's do this.
I'm sure Jess will probably animate some sort of
Oh,
jingle
God,
at this
yes,
point. You don't have to do it, Jess.
yes,
Don't do it.
yes.
You
Do it,
don't
Jess.
have to.
Do it.
Here we are, like piling up all this work for her.
She's like, no, not again.
We should just pick some random song that we like Grease Lightning.
Yes.
Yeah, but it has to be like
Yes.
this huge like catch-all, like, it cured me of my baldness and it took care of my lice and just yeah.
Yes. But anyway.
Do the Grease moves. Payne's Practical Products.
There you go. Dance troupe.
So what are people's thoughts about session 6? There was a lot of reveals and
Oh,
a lot of stuff happened in the last session. So
True, Hugh.
thoughts?
Honestly, the guy did.
Hugh.
Sorry, Hannah. So this was basically Hallie's stomping grounds. This played very, very deeply into her backstory, and I kind of like, from a storytelling point of view, I'm kind of going, oh, why did you ask me to say this? And then why did you talk about that? Because like I've had such fun imagining like, okay, so if I just do this separately, I don't want to tell them about Sevian. So just I would love, like, the thing that I would have loved to have happened was everyone sees Sevian for the first time, and like Theo's like, "Hey, man," and Halaster just goes ape shit on him and just, "I'll be your death." Yeah.
Was Shio a bit too curious for you, Hallie?
Well, it's good. That's the thing. That's what I love about games like this. Like, no, of course it's not going to go the way you plan. Hello, but because so much of her backstory was right there for everyone to see, it
Yep.
kind of feels like I almost kind of blew my there's not that many more secrets that you guys are going to be. I'm almost 40. If I can't say stuff like that, what's worth living?
There we go.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thank you. By the way, this vlog may not be work safe anymore, guys. Sorry.
Yes.
Spoiler
wear
alert!
So-
wear headphones.
Put on the warning tag, not safe for work.
Yes. Not safe for work.
But yeah, basically from
Yes.
here are the secrets I want to eventually reveal to the group, a lot of those have already been shared this
Yes.
session.
Gee,
That was-
what's
that was
that
the-
like? Really, Hallie?
Right?
Yes.
Oh,
That
you're
was the
so
purpose
good.
of that session. Yes, I agree. Was trying to bring to light a lot of the Halasair centric stuff, because we had just done a lot of Theo centric stuff. So
Sure.
That was awesome, though. I was completely. I knew there was something up, and I thought Hallie might be sick, but I was like, what? She's dying. What?
Yeah, after we recorded that, I went and I told my hubby, I'm like, you know what? I saw in my peripheral vision that, Kimberly had this great reaction, but I couldn't see it. And really, Kimberly was the reason that Halaster's secret, like, we're all supposed to have secrets.
Yeah.
This was her known secret. Her known secret was that she was dying, and her original plan was just to be, do all the good you can do in the world before you grow old and die, or whatever. But then, while I was figuring that, I was listening to Kimberly's audition again, and she's like, I just want to feel things, and I just want to cry. And I'm like, okay, so do all the good in the world you can do before she dies.
yes.
Yeah, then,
And then when Rachel sent me her background with her known secret, originally it was supposed to be a sickness. It was supposed to be some sort of illness that was supposed to cause her to die, but I felt like I needed to change that because we did that in the last season with the
Sure.
pox. a lot of the pox was it was an illness, and I'm like, let's try doing something a little bit differently. So I came up with a curse instead that was a lot more mysterious, that was somehow slowly killing her, but I don't want to go into too much detail, but that's
Sure.
for right now. That's what we know. That's what the audience knows. So.
But I mean, you could probably tell that Theo was fascinated by, like, you're so upbeat, you're so optimistic,
Mhm.
you're so, I'm gonna save the
Mhm.
world, and you could like drop dead any second now. And
Mhm.
he was fascinated by Hallie's character at that point, and really admired her as a person. I think that was everyone else. I think kind of warmed up to Hallie quite quickly. Theo, it took a while, but this was the session, I think, in which he really started to respect Halisair.
Yeah, I loved having that conversation with you.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping as well to put you on your toes a bit on that whole, so if you were to die tomorrow, kind of what would you do? I was really curious to hear the answer to that.
Yeah, so was I. But it made sense. Yeah, okay, well, she's dying. She's going to do the best she can do. I've got fire now, so hey. Yeah, that was very cool.
I also thought the reveal about Sevion was super cool. I was like, wait, what? Because the last scene we saw with them, they were all lovey-dovey and cute.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ravish me.
Yeah. Yeah, there are still some plot things going on there, so that's good. Yay, still have some surprises in the future. I think one of my favorite parts about this last session, aside from that amazing talk, Hannah, I liked encountering the old Tangerine and Owlet and Acorn, because throughout all this, she's been, preachy McPreachy, and I shall be the strength, and I shall be this. These characters are her humanity. These characters, you see her just droop and just be human for a little, and just, I missed you so much. So yeah, these are her vulnerabilities. AKA damn fodder.
Rachel, when she sent me her questionnaire and sent me the ideas for Old Tangerine and Owlet, it was originally just Old Tangerine and Owlet, and originally Owlet was supposed to be a Mabari hound. But then, so he wasn't a Sylvan, and I knew that at some point I was trying to go through. When I was thinking about NPCs, I was trying to think what sort of unique NPCs can we throw in that maybe the games haven't even added in. And I was going through all of the different creatures because I was like, we've done a golem, we've done a werewolf, and I'm like, well, what's another humanoid? Well, we haven't done Sylvans yet. And that's when I started thinking, well, maybe Owlet's not a Mabari hound, but a Sylvan. And it's like, but why is he called Owlet? Oh, well, maybe there actually is an owl on him, but the tree is named Owlet, and then the owl is named after an acorn. And then, Old Tangerine happens to be the tree's old girlfriend, or was an Old Tangerine tree. So it's like, okay. So it ended up writing itself and at that point, Halisair's set of side characters ended up being my personal favorite.
Yay.
And so I actually didn't expect you guys to meet these NPCs this soon. So it was really cool that you guys decided to go to the School of Magic, because I was like, oh, okay, now they can actually recruit, if they wanted to, recruit Owlet and Acorn at this point, which is really cool.
So, the idea of having a Sylvan in the party, was that yours, Park, or was that written by Rachel?
The Sylvan was me. I wasn't sure if I was going to introduce it this season or if I was going to save it till season 3. I knew I wanted, because I actually have a lot of NPC ideas for season 3 already. And it just so happened that the Sylvan ended up in this season. So.
Well, you can't throw a few of those ideas this season.
Just put it on the shelf.
No.
1 or 2, no one will notice. The braces scene was cool, where Andrea and Cedric were levitating, and the storm cloud.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
He levitated, and it was raining on Andrea.
Yeah,
She has curly hair. That's a bummer.
As Cedric has pointed out before, a lot of magic is tied to your emotions, and therefore your bracers also are tied to your emotions as well, and you're probably going to continue seeing that here on out as things progress. The more you guys develop as the Penta'Viv Guardians, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
Some Alamari mumbo jumbo, whatever.
Yes. Other thoughts?
Oh,
How-
I
Go
liked
ahead.
being able to talk to Cedric about how I thought that he did the right thing in the Dwarven mines, because I do, and I thought that was important to say, so I enjoyed that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cedric, thoughts on Connor and Cedric, the last session. Thoughts
Ooh.
on that?
Hmm.
I mean, I kind of saw it coming. Like, I didn't see like that like whole thing coming. I kind of knew it had something to do with Liam and like
You thought it had something to do with Liam, okay.
Mhm.
and like the whole scene of him falling. I kind of had an idea, but then once it finally happened, like I didn't know that whole experience, like where you were looking through Liam's eyes. I was like, whoa, that's like way too deep for Cedric right now.
Yeah.
But that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew back in season 1 that I wanted Connor to be a returning character and maybe even be an actual party member. And I knew, again, because I knew that Liam was such a popular character from the last season, despite what happens to him in season 1, bringing Connor here, like, I felt that there might be an opportunity to still leverage Liam's character in some way, and so that's why this is here, just because I know that there's so much. Nell in particular, Nell, if you're watching this is all the Liam stuff for you, because she's a huge Liam fan. So there's a little bit of Liam in this particular campaign. So.
No, that was cool. Oh, we've been spitballing why.
Yeah, do you want to share any of those theories or
Um,
ideas?
The one thought that came to our head was that it's because his power is air, and that was linked to Liam's death, but we're still not sure.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we were like, well, Liam died by falling.
By falling.
So,
Mhm.
Yep. And
That makes a lot of sense.
And I would say his most heroic moment was also in the air. So, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So do you think that he somehow chose Cedric because of that, or do you think the bracer chose Liam, like to
I'm
somehow
not
connect with
I'm still not
curious what your
sure.
thoughts are. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
sure.
still like, oh,
All right. Okay.
It's so deep.
Just curious.
But it does make a lot of sense because they're similar, sort of. Like there are some similarities between Liam and Cedric.
They're both Templars, so that's the obvious one.
Yep.
when Connor said something about spirit mages, how they can contact other spirits, I kind of thought of like spirit warrior, and Cedric was like, no, please. Like he was kind of like, I don't want any of that, because Templars view spirit warriors just as like mages. And he's like, no.
This isn't what I ordered.
Can I take it back, please? And kind of like jarred him a little bit.
Well, let me ask you this then, Kevin. If Cedric, hypothetically, if Cedric were to discover he was a spirit warrior, do you think he would stop becoming a Templar, trying to become a Templar, or do you think he would still try to be a Templar regardless?
I think, gosh, I don't know. There's like a bunch of like pros and cons to it. He would definitely, if he stuck with it, he would be very afraid of like
Stuck with being a
found
Templar.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
But if he left, he would feel like he just abandoned his quest to like find the killers of his parents and like be like try and change the whole mage Templar relationship.
Okay.
So there's like a bunch of like pros and cons for that, like
Okay.
that would have to like weigh through his mind. I don't even know like how he should or would respond.
Yeah.
It's too crazy.
I have to say, I am enjoying the bond that is forming between Connor and Cedric a lot, especially
Yeah.
near the end when Connor made that request of Cedric, which made me cry almost. So
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, I was like,
It was a good scene.
yeah. Which I'm sorry, Sam's gonna see soon.
Yeah.
Sam's gonna see soon. So,
A bunch of spoilers. I'm so excited.
yeah, it's
All these things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I just loved Razakel in the whole session. The whole session, she was great.
yes.
Yeah.
her in the woods and Cedric,
I don't-
telling her like how to do things. I thought she was great.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you've noticed, but little by little, it's subtle. So maybe it's too gradual for you to notice. But little by little, I've been trying to make Razakel her common tongue to get better and better.
Did
Like,
notice
she's
that,
picking,
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
picking it up. So she's starting to make actual complete sentences, and she's starting to use answer in more than just like one word or two word answer.
Yep.
She's like actually giving full sentences. So hopefully that's believable how that's happening. So
Yeah.
anything else from the last? I guess should we talk about the big one?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So thoughts, predictions,
Oh,
theories.
what a bombshell.
Yeah.
Theories.
It was a bomb being dropped. Just
Yeah.
what?
Oh
I
my
trusted you.
I've spent this entire week worrying about that.
What do you think it means? What do you think it means, Kimberly?
Well, my first thought was that I was worried that it was something nefarious, but my first thought was that he was painting it on and it was making him tranquil.
Making him tranquil. Mhm.
So it was like a temporary thing, and
Okay.
I
That's
would have
possible.
wanted to know why.
That would make sense.
I want to
Kind
know
of
why.
makes sense, because his ability is painting, so and his ability makes things be, doesn't it? So that makes sense.
But I'm worried that it's something else, like, I don't know, he's a spy and he's pretending, like it's a paint
Yeah.
to make it look.
I mean,
I don't know.
especially as he doesn't remember the initial scene with Cedric, so
Yeah.
there are clearly two different hues there.
Right. Mhm.
Well, that I was wondering if the paint actually, like when he paints it on, somehow it messes with his memory. Like I wasn't sure, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. Because if the paint messes with his head, that
Mhm.
could explain
That's
why he
very
doesn't
good.
remember.
That's a really
But
good
another
theory.
thing to think about, though, is if this thing is able to make him tranquil, like actually, like honest to God
Actually
tranquil, and he's doing that to himself, wanting to lie about something is a desire that a tranquil would not have. So
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if he's lying or just
Well,
keeping
I
it
mean, the
quiet,
facade.
because they can do that.
Well, yeah.
They can lie. Yes.
He
It
could
just
not be.
seems.
He could not be a tranquil though. Like if he's painting on
Sure.
a
And
heart,
just
then
Yeah.
Sure.
Does anyone think that he's not really a tranquil and it's all an act? This whole
When
is just
I-
one big
that was
amazing
what
act.
my thought was.
My first thought was that he was an imposter, Hugh, because he didn't remember the bar scene. So something
Sure.
happened to Hugh, and he just happened to be on that ship that Cedric was on, and I was like, what's going on here? Something.
Yeah, it does seem a little coincidental.
So you
Yeah.
think that the friend that you made is the imposter, and the one that you met at the bar is the real Hugh, who you never actually became friends with?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was my first thought when it first happened, and like yeah.
So do you think that if you have been friends with the imposter the entire time, if you find out that he's not the real Hugh and he's somebody else, how do you think Cedric would Cedric still be friends with him, do you think? Or do you,
Would he let him live?
See,
would he let him live?
That's the thing. It's like I don't think he would outright like kill him, because he did end up saving his life from the box. So he kind of holds him to that kind of standard, or like that regard. He would definitely no longer trust him, and he might make him live, or he might make him live. He might let him live, but it would be something where it's like, I can't travel with you, like.
Okay. So you'd send him away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where I'm seeing him, I'm honestly scared that, because Andrea's very upfront, and I think she's going to, go in and just say hi to him right away. And that being said, I'm really scared that he is a bad guy, because I might get killed. But depending on the way the questions go, if it sounds like he's betraying Cedric, I might kill him. And I'm going into the conversation keeping that in mind.
So you guys aren't the only ones who think that he might be a spy, because I think several comments so far in past videos have mentioned that they've had suspicions that maybe Hugh is a spy. So who do you think he's affiliated? If he is a spy, who do you think he's affiliated with? Who do you think he's?
Tralif.
Yeah.
You think he's with Tralif Thompson? That he was planted there. So basically, okay.
To like
with the Burgundy people and all that stuff. Okay.
Sure.
That's
Well,
makes sense. This makes a lot of sense.
I've been going out of my head. Because I was like, what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, you're betraying us, and then go to kill him, and then Cedric shows up, he's like, what are you doing to Hugh?
You mage? What is it, mage?
I'll be like, no, seriously, stop. He's the bad
we
guy,
laugh.
not
He's
me.
evil.
We laugh, but that could actually happen.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Cedric
Hugh
in
is
the
everyone's
trust,
favorite.
Would I do that?
I think maybe if this was like session 1 to like 4, he would have just been like, what are you doing? Like, attack right away. But
Right.
that conversation that they had previously, like when they were in the camp, and she was just completely honest about everything that he asked, he would like kind of, it would hesitate him enough to just see what, like, he would stop the fight, whatever that's worth, but he wouldn't like pick a side until he heard both sides, because he trusts Hugh like the most out of like everyone in the group. But he's like Andrea, after like just being very open to him, he also now trusts her a lot.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't like just be like, you're attacking him, die. He'd be like, why are you attacking him?
I love the development between your characters' relationship, you and Andrea in particular. It's so cool. So let me ask you this, Kevin. Let's say that hypothetically it wasn't Andrea who caught Hugh, but it was Cedric who caught Hugh doing that on his forehead. How do you think Cedric would react? What would be going through his mind before he even says anything to Hugh? What would be going through his mind, and how do you think he would react?
Good question.
He would probably, I don't think he would have anything go through his mind. I think it would just be instant rage. Like, he wouldn't like write out like attack to kill, but he would like grab him and like forcefully like say, why are you lying to us? Like, tell me who you are. Like, if he found him, he would ask why he was made tranquil, or like try to figure things out.
The reason I asked you this question, Kevin, is because I had always planned, for the most part, that the last session was going to be the session when I was going to drop that H-bomb about Hugh. But you made a decision that threw things off, because my original intention was for Cedric to be the one to catch Hugh. However, you decided to talk to Connor. You went to Connor and you said, hey, we should talk about something. So because you went off to talk about Connor, that naturally left Hugh and Andrea to their own devices. So I naturally let Hugh go off. And then since Theoben ran off and Halasair went to go look for Theoben, the only NPC left, since Sam wasn't here. Kenna was occupied. The only other PC that was left was Andrea. So it ended up being Andrea specifically that caught Hugh.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, though.
Must
Yep,
be terrible.
it could have been Cedric, but which is what I originally planned. But I had to roll with whatever punches you guys were throwing, and it was like, nope, it's not Cedric. It's going to be Andrea. So
Have
That's
we
crazy.
I love that.
have we rolled a lot of punches so far, Hark? Have we done a lot of things that have steered you off course?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't look like you have, and if
No,
it
it
doesn't,
that's why I
if it
asked.
doesn't, that's why I'm like, yes. No, you guys have done a lot of things that I didn't necessarily foresee, that I had to. Okay, so I'll do this instead.
You hide it well.